Hello, PWA fans. Aaron Hurt here alongside JR Goodman. And JR, we're going to be bringing everybody a very special edition of PWA Wrestling on YouTube, because today we are going to highlight the finals of the Red, White, and Bruised Challenge Series. We did not have time to bring this to all of the viewers on our last episode, so we want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to see this huge match between Jeffrey John, Krypton, and Real Deal Kevin Pruitt. We're going to find out who can survive and advance and stake a claim in the heavyweight title match at our biggest event of the year, Red, White, and Bruised. See who's going to join Tommy Forte as the two challengers for Outlaw Tony James and his heavyweight championship.
You ain't joking, Aaron Hurt. I am so elated to see the final match. The first three matches were wonderful, brutal, and I cannot wait for this match.
Yeah, the opening round was very, very exciting, and it all culminates in this huge triple threat match that we are going to bring to you right now, so get ready.
Officiating this contest, senior PWA referee Johnny Mall. Introducing the participants first. At a weight of 61 kilos from Miami, Puerto Rico, Krypton. Their opponent. At a weight of 185 pounds, the man who calls himself the king of the 614, Jeffrey John. Weighing 222 pounds from Lancaster, Ohio, Real Deal Kevin Pruitt.
All right, fans, here we go. Seems a good handshake from Krypton and Kevin. Jeffrey John looks pretty confident. This should be a real barn burner.
All right, JR Bell is gone. We are underway here. I'm sure you've already taken the time to explain to everybody just what this match is all about. The final entrant in the heavyweight championship match at Red, White, and Bruised be determined under these triple threat circumstances here.
I have, Aaron. Indeed, I have.
I think this is going to be truly a landmark moment in the career of one of these men. Despite how casually Jeffrey John seems to be taking things at the moment, I think reality just tapped him on the shoulder in the form of Krypton. Kevin Pruitt taking issue with Jeffrey John's lackadaisical attitude. Oh, pair of kicks right to the midsection.
Well, it seems we have a handicap match here.
Well, these two men certainly working together quite well at the onset of things. Let's not forget that Krypton and Jeffrey John made their PWA debuts against one another at Red, White, and Bruised. And their rivalry has only got more and more intense from there.
Jeffrey John's using psychology there, staying out of the ring, maybe letting the other two guys wear themselves out.
Very well could be a sound strategy for him to just sort of linger and let these two guys exert some energy, see who may expose a body part or find a weakness in their opponent that he can then exploit. But this is a one-fall match, so he can't win the match unless he's in the ring.
That is very true, Aaron Hurt. Krypton does have a wounded leg from the earlier match to get into this finals.
Yeah, Krypton's still nursing that injury, but that didn't keep him from coming up with a great pinning combination there. Another roll-up attempt on the real deal Kevin Pruitt. Hard to pick a favorite among these three. They're all so talented in such unique and diverse ways. See Krypton with that crossbody there, with him being the smallest of the three by a considerable amount. He's going to have to really use his speed and his agility to create opportunities in this match, especially when you've got two opponents. It's impossible to keep your eyes on two men at the same time.
That's very well put, Aaron Hurt.
Jeffrey John saw an opportunity there to get in a little cheap shot. Oh, man. Right on the ring apron.
That is a very confident man there in Jeffrey John.
Well, he has perhaps quite a bit of reason for that confidence at the moment. Both of his opponents. Oh, man. Krypton just got introduced quite violently to that ring post, but
I believe that's the second time he has been.
well, I'm sure once was enough for him, so it's but what this has enabled Jeffrey Jones to do is what every man has to do in the triple threat matches: remove one opponent and start to work on the other, and he is just pounding away at the injured ribs. You mentioned that Krypton was coming in with an injury, Kevin Pruitt as well, favoring the ribs. The wear and tear on these men as they have tried to qualify for that big match, that big title match at Red, White, and Bruised, has taken quite a toll on everybody's body. But for these men to have survived battle royals and qualifying matches to make it to this point, it's really going to be a test of endurance and desire. That was a great maneuver there by Kevin Pruitt, coming up with that backstabber of sorts, now scaling the top rope. Oh.
Flying clothesline.
Yeah.
Real deal Kevin Pruitt.
Might have been trying for a bulldog there. Couldn't quite. He just took what he could get in that situation.
Well, we've got Krypton back in the ring. Jeffrey John slid out to
Krypton able to get his bearings. Big monkey flip. Great leverage maneuver there by this exciting young competitor. Running knee strike. People think Krypton is all about acrobatic flying maneuvers, but man, he has been known to lay in a few shots on his opponents as well. What got him and his partner, Jeremy Rodriguez, at the upper echelon of the tag team division, and Krypton could single-handedly put himself in the main event, or one of the main events, I should say, at Red, White, and Bruised. Great maneuver there. Oh, but Jeffrey John, what a clothesline.
Yeah, it sent Krypton flying clear out of the ring.
Now stomping away. So at this point of the contest, we're getting close to being about 10 minutes into this match. Do you think a favorite has emerged, in your opinion, JR?
Well, it's got to be either Krypton or Jeffrey John. You see that Kevin's been in there an awful long time, and both Krypton and Jeffrey John has had time to rest outside the ring.
One of the many factors at play in a match like this, Jeffrey John, somewhat ugly attempted a 619, but nonetheless made contact, as did that knife edge chop. Kevin Pruitt brings Krypton back to his feet. Oh, drives him back first into the turnbuckle.
Kevin's showing a lot of power moves in this match.
Well, I would say of the three, he would be the strongest, but he just got planted.
An attempt by Krypton, and Jeffrey John with the save. the save of his own.
Of his own chances at the opportunity to face Tony James, along with Tommy Forte for the PWA title, the biggest event on the calendar year, Red, White, and Bruised. Oh, big bicycle kick there. Might have actually connected with the knee under the chin. Full head of steam, shotgun knees. Big flurry of offense here from the Real Deal. Makes the cover.
A 2.5 count there.
Jeffrey John still in things. You see Krypton there in the corner of your screen trying to pull himself back up.
He seemed to be nursing a lower back injury.
Well, based on the impact of that huge maneuver that Kevin Pruitt connected with just a short while ago, it's amazing he's back to his feet at all. Kick to the temple has Jeffrey John staggered. Oh, Krypton might have taken too long on the top there. Looks like he did some damage to his knee on the way down.
Jeffrey John taking advantage of Krypton's injury.
And Kevin Pruitt unable to, perhaps just as Jeffrey John has several times, picking his spot. Look at this!
A giant feat of strength there by the real Kevin Pruitt.
That was most impressive indeed. Taking out both his opponents with that huge suplex. You got to think Jeffrey John got the worst of that. Now pinning attempt on Krypton. Again, the fight in both of these men is something that we cannot overlook. The man that wins this is going to have earned it, is going to deserve the opportunity to fight for that heavyweight title.
Indeed they have. It's been a really great match.
And it's just proof positive of the kind of talent we have in the PWA. Krypton, literally the smallest man on the roster. Oh, 619 swinging drop kick through the ropes there. Getting headed up top. But Kevin Pruitt needs to cut him off. Oh! Rolling Death Valley driver onto the prone Jeffrey John. Oh, the will to win. That's what he's calling that spinning tornado kick. That might be it.
Indeed it was, Aaron Hurt. We've got the winner. Real Deal Kevin Pruitt.
To the heavyweight championship, three-way dance at Red, White, and Bruised, the Real Deal, Kevin Pruitt.
Well, JR, Kevin Pruitt continues the hot streak that he's been on for practically the entire calendar year 2019, and now he's made it all the way to the heavyweight title match at Red, White, and Bruised. Alongside Tommy Forte, those two men will challenge Outlaw Tony James. Just one of many stellar contests already scheduled for that huge event. We'll give you more information about that in the future, fans. But right now, let's join the PWA arena in congratulating Kevin Pruitt with a great show of respect for Krypton in the process. Don't know if Pruitt is as much a winner as he is a survivor.
That's a really good point. This was a very hard-fought match, and Kevin Pruitt definitely deserved that victory.
We're glad you're able to join us for this special match, fans. You know, we weren't able to bring it to you on our last broadcast. We want to make sure you got to see all of this great action from here at the PWA Arena. The great fans showing their respect and their support. For the talented young men that we have here in the PWA. Your winner, Kevin Pruitt, moving on to the title match at Red, White, and Bruised Well, there it was, fans. Kevin Pruitt pulls out the big victory to advance to the heavyweight title match at Red, White, and Bruised. Easily the biggest opportunity of this young man's career. But not only does he have to face the defending champion, Tony James, he's got Tommy Forte to contend with, but only one of those men is going to walk out with the title. What are your thoughts on this big match?
Well, Kevin did show a lot of heart tonight, and Tommy Forte is always a dangerous opponent, but my money would be on the outlaw Tony James walking away with his title intact. Horns high.
That is the final piece of the puzzle for Red, White, and Bruised. Fans, we're only going to bring you select highlights of that event here on YouTube. If you want to see the whole card, you are going to have to download it from PWAOhio.com, just $4.99 to see the showcase event of the year from PWA Wrestling. As we said, we have that big three-way dance for the heavyweight title, but there is so much more on this card from the Fairfield County Fairgrounds. We've got the Bariqua boys facing off the newly formed duo of Bjorn and Lafferty. We've got Nick Stevens facing Brian Blade, who will have one arm tied behind his back, but a very special stipulation on this match. If Brian Blade is victorious, he becomes the general manager for the rest of the summer of 2019. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't see that happening at all, Aaron Hurt. There is no way that Brian Blade is going to survive one hand tied behind his back against Nick Stevens.
Well, this might be the last best opportunity for Brian Blade to not only reclaim a bit of dignity, but to be once again in position to rejoin the roster of PWA as a full-time active competitor. But we also have got Jimmy Fahrenheit facing off with Jeffrey John. Unfortunately, did not get the victory in that match that you just saw, but he still got a big challenge in the form of Jimmy Fahrenheit, former champion in his own right, former tag team champion. That's going to be another huge match. Plus, we have got Vicious and Delicious defending the tag team titles against JT Hogg and his mystery partner, Lord knows who is going to emerge to be by the side of JT Hogg for that huge match. And then we have got Randy the Rowdy Hillbilly trying to recapture the United States Championship. What do you think about this one?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of bruises and bumps and everything else under the sun come Red, White, and Bruised.
This is going to be a violent match for sure. It's a very, very personal situation between these two men, and it's hard to tell how these men are going to survive the beating that the other intends to give them. But that is the rundown for Red, White, and Bruised. As we said, the only way to see the entire event is to download it from PWAOhio.com for only $4.99. We will be bringing you selected highlights, PWA on YouTube. But if you want to see the whole thing with JR and myself, you got to download it from PWA Ohio. But for this edition of the show, we are going to wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. We hope you're ready for Red, White, and Bruised. JR, any final thoughts?
I know I'm ready for Red, White, and Bruised, and if you can't fork over $4.99 to see it, you're just a sucker.
Well, I would agree with you there. It's probably the best deal that you're going to find out there on the internet for pro wrestling. So check out Red, White, and Bruised, and we'll see you here again very soon on YouTube.